everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. I'm so excited to have you here today. So let's get started on this super fun tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make your very own holographic stickers. These are super fun and super duper easy, and you can really do these with any kind of design that you want. I chose these cute little Christmas cupcakes, but there are so many print and cut options, and you can even draw your own. You can even make these out of pictures of your family if you wanted to. The options for this are absolutely endless. The pack of holographic laminate that I got came from Amazon, and I will link it down below. Make sure you just click the little arrow under the video to expand the description section so that you can find the links to the products that we're going to use in this video. What I love is that this laminate came with a bunch of different styles of holographic, so there's something for everybody. Let's go head over to Cricut Design Space and I'll show you guys how to load your cupcakes, get the most out of your print and cut area, and then we can laminate them and we'll have these fun sparkly stickers. We're going to use some super cute stickers that we got from Design Bundles. And don't forget, we have a code with Design Bundles. You can just use code Corinne and that'll save you 10%. That includes regularly priced purchases and on their large bundles. So I got this Christmas cupcake design and I thought these were so cute. So what we'll do is we're going to click download files. Then what you'll do is right here where it says Christmas cupcake sticker zip, click on that. Now it's going to bring up another tab and then it's going to ask you where you'd like to save these. So I personally have a pretty organized system. It's not great, but I'm going to save these under my print then cut folder here, and you can see that I have a ton of print and cut things. I actually need to organize this a little bit better. So what we're going to do is click save. Now for me, it brings up my folder down here, but you can just go into your folders and find it that way. But all I need to do now is we're going to take a look and kind of see what's in here because she's got a lot of files. So let's see kind of what we have here. Looks like this is not something we're going to need, the vector version, but we do have a little secret bonus. So let's see what the little secret bonus is. We have one more sticker, Winter Rabbit. So let's just take that. Oh, how cute is that? So we got a little bonus sticker, which is super fun. But then she also has everything pretty well organized. You've got individual stickers, so it looks like you can load them each one at a time. She also has a folder called Hand Cut, which I'm going to assume is probably them all on one page, but let's take a look. Yes, so that looks like it's going to be all of them on one page. And then let's take a look at what is under this Cricut Silhouette folder. My guess is that that's going to be set up to cut with our Cricut and Silhouette. So it looks like it's going to be just one single PNG to make the stickers without the offsets. So I think for us, it's going to make us a little more sense if we load them individually. While that's going to take a little bit more time, it's going to save us a little bit more material. So let's head over to Cricut Design Space so I can show you how to upload. Over here in Cricut Design Space, you're just going to start a new project and click the word upload. Then right here where it says image, click upload image. Then you can either click browse, or for something like this, I just find it a little bit easier if we actually just drag and drop. But we do need to make sure that we extract our file. So what I'm going to do is go back to my main folder, which is my Christmas cupcake stickers, and I'm just going to click the word extract all and then just click extract. Yours might say unzip or something similar, but that you have to do that in order to access the files. I'm going to go ahead and close the extracted one, and then we're going to go with the individually stickers. Now you can see we have PNGs and then a JPG. I prefer to use the PNG, so I'm just going to start at number 1, and I'll show you kind of what that looks like. So this is your PNG. It's going to look just like the JPG, but I like to use the PNG. So we're going to go ahead and drag and drop number 1. Just choose complex. It really doesn't change anything. We don't need to do anything to our sticker, so just click apply and continue, and then save it as a print and cut image. Now we're going to need to do this for all of the stickers that we want to use. Like I said, I'm doing it this way so that I can save a little bit more like sticker paper when I do this, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So again, I'll just show you one more time. Choose complex, click continue, apply and continue, and then print and cut image and upload. I'll go ahead and finish entering all the other ones, and then I'll show you guys how we're going to set these up to do the print and cut. Now that we have all of the images that we want to use uploaded, we just need to select each one by clicking on it right here on our recent uploads, and then click Add to Canvas. Now this can take a moment or two, so just give it a second and it should catch up just fine. But when you upload a lot of print and cuts, Cricut Design Space tends to go a little bit slow. Now that everything is in our Cricut Design Space, I'm actually going to just move them over a little bit just to get them out of the way, because what we're going to do is make a template for our print and cut size. So what I'm going to do is open up a shape and open up a square. Then all I'm going to do is unlock my square, and I want to make my width at 6.75 and my height at 9.25. That is the largest area that you can do a print and cut image. Now obviously these are way too big for that. Plus, that's a pretty big sticker, an 8-inch sticker. So really, you got to figure out about how large you want to make your stickers as far as like width and height. I'm usually like a 3-incher, depending on what I'm using them for. But let's see how 3 inches does. I'm going to just change them all to 3 inches. Now you can see how it goes behind our square. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is right-click on the square and just send it to the back. That way I can put all of my stickers onto my square. Now, if I want to make sure that I get as many on here as I can, I'm going to select the square and the Santa Claus. I want to go to align, and I'm going to align it left, and then I'm going to align it top. That is going to have it at the very, very possible edge that we can actually do it with. So what I'm going to do is just change all of these down to 3 inches, and we're going to figure out about how many we can fit on here. You can put them pretty close together. So again, this one, I'm just going to select that one and the cupcake here and the square, align, and just align top. Now you can do this with multiples at once. It's really up to you how you want to do it, but I'm just going to go ahead and individually line them up. So we'll go ahead and sneak him in here, and we'll get him aligned to the top as well. And we'll go align and align top. Now we can start kind of going through, and I'll just go ahead and set these all on to our page. As we wait here, I'll get this all done, and then we'll check it out when we're finished. Now from here, it's really up to you how you want to do this. If you'd like to make more of these to kind of cover the space, or whatever you'd like to do. So I think I'll go ahead and just duplicate this one just to fill up some space. But again, you don't have to do this. This is just personal preference. I like to kind of try to make as many as I can because I like to really take up as much of my paper as possible. So I'll duplicate some of them, make them smaller. You can always use these in your planners and stuff too. So if you have like little small stickers like this little Santa guy, you can like use these in your planners. So since they're a little bit smaller. So that's filling up pretty much about all the space I think I can fill. So what I'm going to do now is hide the square by using the little eyeball in our layers tab, and you'll see our square goes away. The next thing I'm going to do is select all of my stickers, and I'm just going to double check my sizing. So you'll see that it's 6.74 wide and 8.806 high. That's perfect. I can absolutely print and cut that. So what I want to do now is I want to click the word attach. What that does is it tells Cricut Design Space not to move anything when I click make it, that this is the way I want it laid out, so don't move it because you don't do a good job organizing my files. We all know Cricut Design Space isn't great at it, and they don't fill all the possible space. That's why I like to individually do it by myself. Now, all we have to do is click make it. Once you click make it, and again, this may take a moment to kind of load. Sometimes it can be a little bit slow. So if your image doesn't show up right away, just give it a minute or two and it'll show up. So there is our image. You can see it fits perfectly. Now, a lot of people keep freaking out and saying, oh, Cricut Design Space expanded its print size. That's actually not true. While your square is going to be larger than the 6.75 by 9.25, meaning this black square around your images, that is always going to be larger because it needs space to read the registration marks around your stickers. You still can only print 6.75 by 9.25. I do have a hack for printing full pages. I will link that down below. I also have a video showing Silhouette because they do a larger print and cut area. That I'll link below. And then the new Starcraft Solo also can print way larger, and I'll link that video down below for you as well if you're looking for ways to do print and cuts. So now all I have to do is click continue. And you're going to use some options here to print these and make sure they look really good. So what I'm going to do is click send to printer. Now this does take a second to load, so just give it a minute again because it's a little bit slow. So what I'm going to do is make sure I have the correct printer selected. I'm using my inkjet printer, not my sublimation. So I want to use my ET2720 network printer. I only want to make one copy of it, but you can always tell it you want more if you want to make a bunch of these. Then all I want to do is turn on my system dialog by using that little button. Now, your system dialog may not appear right away, so give it a moment, and if it's still taking a while, check on your toolbar at the bottom of your screen to see if it did come up. All you have to do from here is click print. It's not going to print to your printer just yet. Give it just a moment, and it will bring up that system dialog for you. This is one of my favorite things to do because I think you're going to get a really high quality print by following some of these simple steps. Once your system dialog pops up, make sure that the same printer is selected as you selected in your print setup. I'm using that ET2720, which is an Epson printer. What I want to do is click Preferences. It's going to bring me up some options. So I find that using the plain paper, bright white paper, works great for the Starcraft printable vinyl, which is what we're using for this. But I do want to change my quality to high. The next thing I'm going to do is under More Options. Under More Options, you'll see that you have a couple of different things that you can choose. But right here is where we're going to choose a couple things. We're just actually really just going to turn off high speed print. High speed print is fine if you're not printing something super colorful, but that tends to leave those lines in your prints when you print them. So it's really important that you turn off high speed print. Once you're done here, click OK. Then all you have to do is click Print. I need to load my printer because I don't have it loaded with my paper, but I'm going to load my printer. I will show you the paper that it printed on, and then I'll show you guys how to lay down this awesome holographic laminate sheet. We're going to turn these adorable cupcakes into some holographic stickers. So I got this holographic sticker paper off of Amazon, and I've got a couple different styles. So here we have some stars. There are just dots. We have butterflies. Hearts. And then there's this one that looks like fractured glass, which I love. This is the one we are going to use today, because I think that one's going to be really pretty on these stickers. So what we want to do is to trim this down a little bit so that it fits within the square here, because Cricut Design Space doesn't always really love to read when you have a holographic sticker. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of give it a little cut. This does have a grid on the back, so it's pretty easy to cut it so that it is straight without, having to like hold it up to it. I'm not great at cutting straight lines, so let's just be honest. Not a skill I have. So then what I'm going to do is then cut it this direction. So I'm just going to get it kind of lined up here. And I'm just going to give it a little snippy snip. And then we'll just cut it along that line. So that way it fits within our square and it's not going to be over our lines, because that can cause some problems. So now what I'm going to do is take this, and I want to just peel the backing off of it just a little bit. So I'm just going to start it just a little. So you can see here I'm kind of peeling the backing back just a smidge, and I'm just going to fold it over on itself. That way we have a little flat piece. Then what I want to do is take my laminate sheet here, and what I'm going to do is line it up as straight as I can without getting it into the top, into the line, and I'm going to lay it down. Then next, all you need to do is take your squeegee, and this is where the squeegee is super helpful, is kind of run it down your laminate sheet here. And you kind of can't see, but all I'm doing is just kind of taking my squeegee and going back and forth and pushing my laminate sheet down as I go, so that it's going to give us no bubbles. It's going to look really nice, and it's going to look really professional. So we're going to go ahead and just press this down all the way down. And you can do this with any of the stickers that you want. So if you have a specific style that you want to do, or a specific set of stickers, this is a really fun laminate to use. All right, once we've got that all pressed down, look how sparkly. They're really cute. We are going to use a blue mat to cut this out. Now I'm going to cut this on the light cardstock setting. I'm going to cut it once, and we'll see how it does. I did a couple test cuts, and it was kind of inconsistent, so I would recommend doing some test cuts and figuring out what works best. But we're going to do just a light cardstock setting for these. So what we'll do is we're going to load the machine, and you want to get this as straight as you can. So that was very not straight. So you try to get this very, very straight. So line it up against the side of your mat, and you want to make sure that you have it facing the same way it was facing in design space. So you want to just make sure that you have that well lined up. Then I'm just going to press it down with my hand. Make sure it's well pressed down. I'm going to go ahead and pull the machine in a little bit so you guys can see just a little bit better as to what we are doing. And the one thing that I may need to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do it, I'm going to turn off the ring light that's back here. It's going to get a little bit dark. I apologize, but you sometimes need to turn your light down. So I turned that big light off. I have my overhead still on. That way you guys can see. But what it's going to do first is measure my mat, and it's going to press it back out now that it knows that we have enough. And then what it's going to ask me to do is to press the little go button. It will then scan my lines, check my tool, and start cutting out my designs. So now that it's done cutting, what I want to do is I'm just going to take my pin pen and I just want to check the cut on one of the stickers because I want to make sure it cut through. I don't think it did though. It doesn't feel like it did. So let me just kind of double check it. I don't think that it did. It did not. I don't think. So I'm not always super confident. So if I'm not super confident, like I'm not right now, I'm going to take this sticker and just sort of bend it a little bit. It definitely did not. Okay. So what we'll do now is what you're not going to unload. Do not unload your mat, whatever you do. Just hit the go button again because it's going to go ahead and cut exactly where it cut before. If you unload this, it is going to mess up where it cut and it will be off-centered and you'll have these extra random cuts. So we want to make sure that it cuts in exactly the same place that it cut before. So it's going to go ahead and cut again in those same places. So now I'm going to check my cut again just to see. Again, I can just pop it up like this and kind of do it, like pull up a corner. I don't know if you guys can really see that. It cut perfectly, so we're going to go ahead and unload. So now we have these gorgeous holographic stickers. So let me slide the machine out of the way, and I'm going to turn this light back on so we are bright again so you guys can actually see. Now when you unload your stickers, I recommend rolling it over and kind of rolling your mat off of your sticker paper. I always recommend also making sure you keep the plastic on your mat. I know a lot of people didn't realize that you should, but you definitely want to because it helps protect it from getting any kind of dirt or debris on it. So now we have these stickers. Now, one thing that you can do, if you want to make this a full sticker sheet, which is what we're going to do with this, just take your scissors and cut along the edge, or you can use a paper cutter. It's up to you. I didn't feel like getting my paper cutter out, so I'll just use my scissors. So what we'll do is we're going to cut off the edge first. And I'll cut this edge. These are so stinking cute, you guys. I'm super excited about these. They're so pretty. This holographic laminate is amazing, and it comes in so many fun, like, designs. So it's really, really fun. So now we have this whole sticker sheet. So one thing you can do, you can honestly just leave it like this with the extra holographic on it, or you could peel the holographic paper off if you want to. So you can kind of peel off this backing portion. If I can get my pin pen to grab both of them. Sometimes I can never get these to separate, and sometimes they separate like no problem. So you can do it like this where you'd peel it and you'd have like just your stickers. But I think I kind of like it with the holographic background. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. But look how beautiful. So let me get you guys a really good look at these stickers. Ta-da! Here's the finished stickers. They're super sparkly, and you saw it was really easy to do. You can really use this for just about anything that you'd like to make with Print and Cut, and I think it could be really fun. Like I said, you can find all the links for all the products that we used down below in the video's description. You may need to click the little arrow to expand that description to find everything. If you have any questions about this or any other crafts, please let me know in those comments down below. I'm always happy to answer your questions for you. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, put out new videos all the time. I hope you guys had so much fun learning how to make your very own holographic sparkly stickers. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!